So today's adventure is we're going on a train to the city of Luxembourg, in Luxembourg. I read that the tickets are free. All tickets on all public transport. However, there are ticket machines here, which is very, very confusing, and a place to stamp it. So if we do this and put it in English, Luxembourg, as you can see, second class is free. So we have nothing to pay for. This train goes in about 10 minutes time, is only an 8-minute to the next destination, and then somebody's waving at me telling me I don't need tickets. This only goes 8 minutes to the next destination, where we jump off to get the mainline train to Luxembourg, which is 45 minutes. As you can see, nice little electric train. Let's see how today's fun pans out. So we jumped off our free train, and we saw this really smart looking tram. I thought we'd get on it, see where it goes.
It's free.
Again, it's free, but it's called the Lux Expo tram. All very new, very shiny.
The seats have lights in them. They're great. But we just yeah, got the first one, see where it took us. I don't think the city's very big, so we're just going to spend the day getting on and off the trams.
See where we end up. However, we are now in the centre, the old town, so
yes.
Let's go mooch.
We are. We're going to go and see if we can find the gorgeous looking forts that we saw when we came in on the train. Let's go and see if we can find them.
The average salary in Luxembourg is 2.5 times that of the rest of Europe. So I was expecting to come to the coffee shop and be fleeced. So, cappuccino, a latte, 2 cakes, with just over 12 euros. So far I'm happy. A free bus ride, a free tram ride, and we're here. We thought we'd come and see the Notre Dame Cathedral here in Luxembourg City, but it's shut.
It's shut?
I don't know why, there's a big sign on the door. So the sign says the cathedral will be shut today, for one day, today.
Oh.
So if we can't go inside, we'll show you some of the pretty bits of the cathedral outside. I must have said it before, but Holland, the Netherlands, and especially the Holland area was so flat.
Yes.
Coming here is quite a shock. The bridges here though are epic. I didn't realise, I never would have even guessed, Luxembourg, the city, was built on hills. This being the old fort, you can see the big walls all the way around. Like I said, the church, cathedral at the end, shut.
And the best bit about it being really hilly is I want to go down the bottom there, which means Tom's going to have to walk back up again as well. So we've just walked down this flight of stairs to underneath a bridge, referred to as the new bridge, even though it's 110 years old. And there's a suspension bridge underneath. It feels a little bit like going underneath the catacombs of a castle to begin with. It's a cycleway and walkway. Pretty cool. We're down here geocaching again, and one of the questions we've got to answer is how many steel poles are holding the suspension bridge up. He might be some time. Isn't it funny how we all count differently? So we've got these steel rods either side of the bridge. Tom was going along counting. When he got to 1, he was counting 2 for either side, but they're in pairs on each side like that, and I was counting 1 for every 2 this side to then double and double. We all add up and count and do maths so differently. Anyway, it's quite a cool view out the middle of this bridge.
The bridge above us was built by the Grand Duke of Luxembourg in about 1900 to 1903.
Yep.
It's over 100 years old now and is still referred to as the New Bridge.
Yes. And who was it built for? What was its actual called?
Don't know.
Adolphine.
Adolphine. Grand Duke Adolphine.
Yeah, there you go.
Now we know. So the cathedral's up there, This is a private little garden that we found. There's a geocache in the corner, which is why we know we can come here. But even the roadway up to it says private.
It says private parking and it says attention pedestrians, no exit.
But grand building here, built into the walls of the city. I don't know why, no idea what it is. But yeah, and there's the bridge with the underslung new bridge. And you can see the other big bridge over there that we're going to walk over to. Well, I digress now. We are in the middle of Luxembourg. However, we were talking about the way Claire ties her jacket to her top. And I said, people have problems doing judo tying their belt.
Right,
so Claire tied it like this, you see. Right? And I said to her, that's wrong. Look at it. It's a big lump and it's a crap knot. Like a lot of black belts tie even. So I told her to tie it slightly different.
And I can't think how I do it. Now I go the other way.
That's it. Right? And you don't now have a big knot when you're walking.
And this jumper's okay because it's quite floppy, but I do it with my coat all the time and I've got an arm sticking out. So they're like that and it goes down.
It's one of those things Claire didn't realise she got to 47 before she knew how to tie a knot.
46.
And
nearly 47.
So that big bridge that was in the distance that we've now walked to is a big curved bridge. It goes uphill, I know that because you can see that from the well, from here as well. Uphill and curved into the old town. That must have been an awfully hard way of trying to attack the city, going on that bridge, because there's no way you can go down and up, because that's hundreds of feet up and down vertical rock. Who'd want to attack Luxembourg?
I think our channel is soon going to become a bridges and canals channel, because I think that's pretty much all we've done this trip.
So from under the bridge we've walked to this temple that's dedicated to the three virgins and the donkey. I had very high hopes for it.
Chapel, wrong continent.
Okay, the chapel dedicated to the three virgins and the donkey. I thought it was going to be super. That's it. It's underwhelming to say the least. And there's the railway line that we came in on. Lovely little river here running through the city. I've got to say, Luxembourg, the city, really has surprised me. Just how beautiful and old it is. We didn't really know what to expect. I was expecting a little bit newer. Claire, I think, was actually expecting it to be a bit more like Singapore.
I was expecting it to be Singapore-esque. Obviously, I know that's a different continent and a completely different temperature. But I think because it's a tax haven, really, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be very business-like and very modern. And I'm very pleased. No problem against modern cities, but I'm very pleased that it isn't. This is stunning.
It's old, it's medieval. I mean, I'm sure out the city there's the huge offices of Google and Amazon, people who don't pay their taxes anywhere else in Europe. Well, good luck to them. But look at that. Look at that as a backdrop for somewhere to stay. It is stunning. And I still haven't had a beer yet today. It's gone lunchtime. It's got to be time for a beer on the river soon. So in the old historic part of town there's this beautiful old building, and we've watched them changing the guard 2 or 3 times. Every 10 minutes they seem to swap over. I wouldn't want to stand there in this heat. It is lovely warm, 22 degrees today. They are very slowly walking, up and down slowly. Very, very nice. My, did they look bored doing that. even the main central station is quite awesome. Look at the artwork on the ceiling, that huge stained glass window. That obviously shows the bridge we crossed over earlier and the city. Now we've got to try and find our train, which is at 3:44. It's late by 6 minutes, 3:50, platform 10. Claire actually thinks I'm a little bit sad taping trains, but look, double deckers. They were brilliant to sit up on. Claire's getting very excited because there's got another double decker.
Claire isn't, Tom is.
We do like a double decker. Carlton back.
The last one?
We're at the back, out the top. She loves it up here, really. So our train from the city has come to Carlton-back, and it's about 15 minutes late. So our connection to the next train
has waited.
Well, the train should have gone 15, 18 minutes ago, but it's waited. And there it is. It's quite cool that the only reason this train's here is to run a shuttle to and from this train. So it waited for us. Very cool. Jump on quick, let's go. We like Luxembourg. It has been fabulous. This little free car park that we're in Wilts has been fabulous. The town is just there on the hill. The station's about a 15-minute walk. There is this skate and bike park. It was used on Sunday quite a lot by families, but it wasn't that noisy. Nighttime, there's the odd car goes past, but it's been really quite lovely here. But we do like Luxembourg. We are definitely going to come back here. Claire is now doing some studying, trying to work out where we're going to go next. Unfortunately, we've got another squeak on the back axle, I think, so we don't want to push it too hard. Next few days we want to get back and get it checked. One of the fun things about van life is your home squeaks when it shouldn't. So Claire's looking where we're going. We're heading towards Belgium today, I think, and then today's Tuesday. Tuesday. It's difficult to tell what day it is some days. Tuesday, we've got the ferry back next Monday morning, so we've got a bit of a plan. Follow us, keep coming, and we'll see where we end up. So it's Wednesday, the 17th of May. I've cycled 3.85 miles, pretty much straight uphill, and that's not even a steep hill. That's nothing compared to what I've just done, to come to geocache number 40. Geocache 40, the oldest in Belgium and the oldest in mainland Europe. It's the 40th geocache ever placed in July of 2000, just a month after geocaching started. Claire hasn't come with me today. She's feeling a bit crook, so she's staying back to do yoga and wash up and whatever she's doing. I should probably go back to bed actually. She spent most of yesterday asleep. Hopefully she'll feel better. So yeah, 3.5 miles, 3.8 miles uphill. Let's hope it's worth it. So we come through the woods. It said it's about 10 meters away, but I can already see a big pile of stickerflage, they call it, and I can see a little box in there. No giveaway, because if you come here, you see one of the easiest to find, and that are the coordinates we're at. As you can see, it's quite a big ammo box, well hidden by the sticks. There's loads of travel bugs in here, 4. I'll probably take one only. I'm not taking this huge one because that will be an absolute bitch to try and put into anywhere else. So there's 3 other little ones. I'll see what their target is and we'll have a look. Got it. I've got a trackable, so we'll send that off to another geocache somewhere in the UK. We'll dump it. Now for the 3.8 mile downhill. So today we've come to a place called Dinant after a couple of days of sitting around doing not a lot. We're heading back to the coast, heading home. But Dinant is the original home of the Abbey de Leffe. The original Leffe beer was made here. Obviously it's now bought out by InBev and brewed en masse somewhere else. You can do a tour here, but today's a national holiday, so it may not even be open. So I might have to stay the night and come and do it in the morning. Let's see. Unfortunately, it looks shut. Like I said, it's a national holiday, it's Ascension Day, something we don't celebrate in the UK, but across Europe they do. But the website is all in Belgium, and it doesn't translate into English. So I can't even see when it's open or when it should be open. But we might go and still find a pint of Leffe when these bikes go at some point. So obviously the youngster's a lot more intelligent when she uses technology. She's found the English button on there. Tours.
It was right at the beginning, at the front.
Tours are only
in July and August at 3 PM on a Sunday.
So being as it's a Thursday in May, no chance. No. And there are bikes again. The whole world's out today. Oh well. That's kind of blown it really, isn't it? So a bit of a history lesson. Dinant, this little village, is the birthplace of Adolf Sax, who invented the saxophone. He was born here in Dinant on the 6th of November 1814. That's a long time ago.
6th of November or the 11th of June?
6th of November.
Okay.
They do things clever like the rest of us. It's only the Americans that do it wrong. So we're in the house of Adolf Sax. This is where he was born, or thereabouts. According to the land registry, he was born on the 5th house on the left, or the 4th house in the street. But unfortunately the road's burned down twice, so they're not really sure.
He was the first of 11 children. His father was an instrument maker. He wanted to make an instrument that was neither too hard or too soft. And in his lifetime, he had 46 patents and he was bankrupt 3 times.
So other than a million saxophones, there's some very strange art here as well. This one, wow, actually, naked ladies and saxophones. Works for me.
Naked man as well.
That doesn't work quite as well for me. And more saxophones. So this is a 4-ton glass sculpted saxophone that is actually an annual water clock. We got no idea what an annual water clock is. Clare, for some reason, and yet again he's eating, what a surprise, likes taking photographs of saxophones. So I will probably use a load of her pictures, saves me getting the camera out. So just to completely counterbalance the fact that it isn't only the British and the French and the Belgians and the Dutch and the Luxembourgers that lost troops and all the other countries that came to fight in the war, there were also millions of German casualties. And on our little trek back to the coast, we're somewhere between Bruges and Ghent, we happened upon a German war grave cemetery. This is about 5 or 6 miles north of the Western Front itself, and here, other than the fact of course there are lots of Germans buried, was the training ground for new troops and a bit of R&R for those on the front itself, who then came into the woods here for a rest before they were sent back. Considering that the Western Front in Belgium was so very tiny compared to the whole length of the Western Front, there were 134,000 German troops killed in Belgium alone. They're housed in 4 cemeteries. This one is called, I can't remember the name, I'll put it underneath. And in this field alone, this tiny little field, there are 35,500 troops with headstones everywhere. I couldn't believe that until you actually look at the headstones, and each one has at least a dozen names. We've obviously only seen this one German graveyard, and you can tell it's nowhere near as well maintained as the Commonwealth graves. But I suppose they haven't got anything to be pleased and proud about. Yes, of course they're proud of their men, these poor souls that lost their lives for nothing. Not that celebrating anyone's death is good, but I guess the Allies have a little bit more to be proud of. But yeah, 26,000 people in here. Sad. So having just seen the dead Germans, no, that's not the best way to start. So having just seen the German war graves, we've come to a place called Nieuwpoort, which is the start of the Western Front.
Start of the Western Front way.
Well, start of the Western Front.
Yeah.
And this is the Western Front Memorial.
On top of the Western Front Museum.
When you get away from the seafront in Nieuwpoort, it's a beautiful old town again. Very, very touristy. The houses look Dutch. I suppose we're very, very close to the Dutch border as well. All very big market town, big harbour town. You saw in the very first part of the episodes, we went to see Claire's granddad, and right there was the Great Western Front Way. And here it is, the start of it at Nieuwpoort. From here it goes all the way that way, 400 miles to Switzerland. If you fancy joining us, it's not 600 miles, it's 600 kilometres.
Oh, sorry.
400 miles. She corrects me yet again on camera. I'm going to record all of these because she's always wrong. Anyway.
No, it's a really long way. Entering Switzerland.
And if you fancy joining us on a walk one day, we want to do it, give us a shout, come and join us. It's Sunday, it's the 21st of May. We're back on our spit of land and it's windy.
But at least it's not raining.
For the first time in 4 weeks, we've had about 2 or 3 days without any rain. Just as we're going home, and we're going across there tomorrow, it's gonna be windy, it's gonna be rough. We are having to go for a paddle because we've not seen the sea or the water. We've not had a swim for 5 weeks. Claire is going to get wet.
Oh my goodness gracious me. That's fresh.
She wanted to go for a swim, but I think it's very cold. Let's go and have a... It's not slippery, is it? No. Here it comes. The waves are big. Oh my goodness, that is so cold. Oh, here it comes. That is chillier than a chill thing from Charlesville. And there's Peggy in the back. Next time you see us, we'll be heading to the ferry. See you tomorrow.
Well, that was a first for either of us.
I've been searched before, but not that thoroughly.
No. So the first stop, a lady asked to get in the cab and have a look, so she got in and had a look. She just checked there was nobody hiding in the bed, checked that there was nobody in the bathroom, and she was happy with that. Went on through to the English passport control.
The only person who smiled to me so far.
We got stopped by 2 guys. They checked the garage. They wanted to check in both doors of the garage, even though you can see all the way through. And then he came in and he started trying to move the sofa. And I was like, whoa, stop, you're going to break something. I'd take stuff off. So I wanted to look underneath that one and the other one and the overhead cab, checked our wardrobe, checked the bathroom.
And that's it.
And got out and walked off, didn't say anything. Quite grumpy about it, but
didn't find anything.
Didn't find anything.
Anyway, that now is the end of our little trip to Belgium and Holland,
Netherlands. Affectionately known as Belland.
And we will see you in a week or two's time with our big trip coming up, and you'll see when we get there.
unless we do anything a little bit more exciting in between. It's currently the end of May. You probably won't see this for a few weeks, and the next trip starts in September, but I'm sure we will get up to a few things over the summer. A couple of festivals to go, so we'll see what happens.
But yeah, keep in touch. Tick on the like button and subscribe and all that malarkey. I don't even know what it's all about. You probably saw that.
I think you'll click like, comment, definitely comment, and subscribe, and tell everybody about us.
And we'll see you soon. Bye.